There's something to be said for just being stubborn, so I will leave it at that. Welcome to Colorado and Denver, and I just want to point out that we are at a mile high, and you should use the water bottles because you can address altitude problems with hydration. I have been hesitant to mention that when doctors talk about hydration at altitude, they say that alcohol is not recommended. I have found personally that that is just a suggestion, and you can take that any way you want. You know, Colorado is like every state. We've been working on early childhood issues, things related to reading when we didn't realize they were related to reading for a very long time. But it wasn't until the Campaign for Grade Level Reading, and Ralph Smith in particular, put a stake in the ground around reading at grade level by the end of third grade, that a whole lot of pieces of what happens in healthy development for children from prenatal care to the end of third grade all come together in a way that can be measured and that we can sell to people who might be a little uncertain about working on children's issues, that here is something that makes a difference in the lives of kids, in the school systems, in the workforce, in hospitals. I mean, there's nothing in a modern society that isn't touched when kids grow up learning how to read. So thank you, Ralph, for figuring out that there was a way to put a stake in the ground that could bring people together. And you've done it in Colorado, and you've done it across the country. Thank you. You're going to hear from our panel that Colorado is collaborative. We work together. We believe in building systems. We believe that best practices are important but are not sufficient, and to keep searching for new things that are promising, and to figure out how to nurture leadership because no one is indispensable. So how do we keep looking for the next generation of people? And in our state, this has been 35 years of work. You have to be able to pass the torch to someone. And how do you do that in an intentional way? That's the Colorado way of working. We are going to talk about some of the metrics around how Colorado is doing, but I want to say that even though we know it's hard to move the needle on thousands of kids learning to read, that just in the past couple of years, really due to a piece of legislation we passed called the READ Act, that we have seen a reduction in the students who are behind, but more importantly, we've seen a 17% reduction in the number of low-income students who are behind. So we are seeing that it's possible to make progress and to be hopeful for going forward, but it has to be done together. That being said, I also believe in the version of history where individuals make differences in their generation. And in great affection to all my friends from the foundation community, I do want to say that one person, Sam Gary, a man, a wildcatter, which is, for anyone who knows digging, there's another word, digging for oil, that it takes a certain kind of personality to do this. When you hear about the history of this work in Colorado, just remember that this wildcatter was involved in some way in almost everything that we've done, including deciding in 1985 that Colorado needed a voice for children and created an advocacy organization that has worked with our partners to drive much of this work forward. I just think it's remarkable that you could have in our community someone that is that unusual who could understand the heart of systems change. So for the people who are here representing Sam Gary, thank you for that. So we're going to have a video, and the video is going to capture what we really believe as a community, and that is that by focusing on today's kids, we have a way to build the future. And Rocky Mountain PBS, with the wonderful leadership for this video of Lori Zeller, put together a history of the work that we're doing in a way that we hope communicates to the funders who are in the room, the heads of community organizations, and all of you at the Funder Huddle. So with that, here is our video.